I thought that the normal route was the only real way to do things. You go to school, you get that education, you go to university, you get that degree, you get that job fulfilling your role in society, and then you get to retire enjoying the fruits of your labour after you've been of service to mankind. And you live a fulfilled life that has been of service and you've done your role in society, and that's the way things are, right? I'd seen my own dad work the same job the whole time I'd been alive, and he'd been working that for over a decade before I was born as well. And I thought that's how it went. You got that job, you fulfilled your role, then you retired, and that's the way things were. And I didn't really question this idea for a long time. If you know about Asian families, you know how prestigious it is to be a doctor. And I thought that's what I wanted to do. I thought that I'd study medicine at university and go into that route. In the UK, we have these things called A-levels that you can study between the ages of about 16 and 18. And that's a common route, and you choose about 3 subjects to do. So I thought I'd do biology and chemistry, and then religious studies for my third one because I found it quite interesting and I was quite good at it. But biology and chemistry, I thought I'd do these so that I could study medicine at university and follow this route. But what I ended up finding was that even though biology and chemistry, they're okay, this wasn't really what I wanted to do. This wasn't really the path I wanted to go down. I was thinking, is this really it? Is that the path? You just do this job? Obviously being a doctor is a very virtuous thing, but if it's not what you actually want to do, if it's not your purpose, then you shouldn't pursue something that isn't aligned to your own interests. Of course not. Because you had that fulfillment in doing the things that are actually good for you, your core desires. So when this idea came about escaping the matrix, about escaping the rat race and the 9 to 5 and all of these things, it was so appealing. But the truth is that all of these things that are promoted, they're still a part of the matrix, bro. And then in this video we'll talk about how to actually escape that. So the things that are promoted about financial freedom. Now, financial freedom, it's a good term, it sounds like something we want, and of course it is, but what does that actually mean? Is it going to Dubai in your Bugatti smoking a cigar? Or is it actually about something else? I think it's about having that freedom to do the things that actually matter to you, not being constrained by worldly desires, and just being able to pursue your own purpose and your own passions and live the life that is fulfilling for you, the things that you actually want to do, bro. That's what we want to aspire to, but this pursuit of shallow material wealth, those aren't really your desires, bro. Those are the desires that have been instilled into you from the world. These external sources of validation that we want. But that's not really what we internally desire. That's what we should pursue. So if we want to actually escape the matrix, I think the best way to put it is to reject shallowness and embrace depth. We know if you're on self-improvement that all of these shallow things of instant gratification, these pleasures that feel good right now, but bad for us in the long term, we know that those aren't good for us. But at the same time, isn't material wealth, that pursuit of that kind of material wealth, isn't that the same thing? Shouldn't it be for you to be able to pursue your passions and have a fulfilled life and give to others, rather than just pursuing what's the most trendy thing that will get you the most external validation? Isn't it the truth that we want to go to? Isn't it our internal truth, living that fulfilled life, giving our gifts to the world? Isn't that what we want to aspire to? And this idea of escaping the matrix, what's promoted, it doesn't go that way. So of course you can have that balance, not in just pursuing shallowness, but instant gratification to some extent, if it's actually of genuine entertainment and value, if you actually have fun, I think that that's okay actually. I used to have a more extreme perspective on this, but I think everything is balance, and if you need to give yourself that option, right? There's this idea of a race of people, and if you slow down, your competition will destroy you, but at the same time, if you go too fast, if you sprint ahead, you're going to burn out, you're going to wear down. You want to get better at pacing yourself. You want to be able to pace yourself more and get faster at being able to do that. And you only do that through making that progress yourself. So we've established that shallowness is a bad thing, but having that balance is fine. But what we want to actually pursue is depth, the things that actually matter. When people are asked on their deathbed what actually mattered to them, it was their family, bro. It was the connections A few people really had passion in their work, and that was because it was actually directed towards their purpose. But for the majority of us, the things that people go into to work, that's not really aligned to what we really want to do. And the beautiful thing in this day is that your purpose, your core desires, you could probably make a living off of that, bro. Because whatever you want to do, this online place that you can promote things on, you can talk about things, you can teach, you can synthesize, all of these things. There's people who care about the same things as you, bro. And you can talk about this, you can become a master in your field and get really good at the thing that you actually want to do, having that motivation. You don't need discipline, you don't need willpower, because you actually want to do this thing and you'll get amazing at it. Isn't that a beautiful thing? So if you pursue that purpose, if you pursue values and morality, the things that are higher than just these shallow pleasures, deep connection, not just shallow connection, but having genuine deep connections with people, understanding how short life is and that all of the interactions you have, you don't know if they're going to be your last one. Valuing everything like that, that's a beautiful way to go about things. So that's how you actually escape the matrix. If you want me to help you with any of the aspects of self-improvement, doing it in quotations because it's sort of a weird idea to be on that sort of internet movement of self-improvement. It's sort of identifying yourself as someone who needs to be helped. But instead it's about that journey of you living a fulfilling life and improving yourself as much as you can. So if you want any help with that, there's absolutely free one-on-one coaching in the description. No cost to you, but everything for you to gain, right? And that'll be an amazing conversation we can have there, bro, and I look forward to that. If you find value here, make sure to subscribe, and remember, bro, keep improving.